Okay, so welcome back to How To, and today we're going to be going over the best map ever created, Die Rise. And today I'm going to be going over tips, tricks, and how to do certain strafes that'll help you in your game, help you play faster, more efficient, hopefully open up new potential for you in your Die Rise games. So let's get into it. Okay, starting out with our first tip, I have a faster way to get down to the trample theme build table. This I actually saw in a speedrun, so I do not take credit for finding this. But basically what you want to do is you're going to line yourself up with this circle thing on the ground and just run straight ahead. That's all you have to do. Now a note, I don't know why it's like this, you do have to be playing on 70 FPS, 75 FPS or higher, or else you will die. If not, you will just get red screen. So basically what you want to do, line yourself up with this yellow circle on the ground, just run straight, and as soon as you hit the ground, make sure you jump so you don't just keep on running straight off the edge and fall off, because that's happened to me before. I found that jumping as soon as you hit the ground kind of cancels out all your other movement. So yeah, this is pretty helpful. This will save you a lot of time over just kind of having to slowly drop down. So yeah, this helps a lot, and it's very easy to do. Okay, so up next we have a strafe that will let you get back to the other half of the rooftop very easily, as opposed to using a trample theme. This strafe, it's not even a strafe, it's literally just a jump. You don't even have to strafe. Basically what you want to do is you're going to line yourself up with this sign right here with the Chinese wording on it. Line your crosshair up with that and literally just run, jump, and hold D when you're about halfway through your jump, and you'll just nail this jump every time. I mean, it's literally one of the easiest jumps in Die Rise. You don't even need to strafe, just run, jump, hold D, and you will make this jump, as you can see from me just constantly hitting it here. But yeah, very easy jump, and it lets you get back to the other side of the rooftop without having to use a trample theme. Okay, so next we have one of the weirdest tricks on Die Rise. This is the elevator skip glitch. This is very buggy and weird. This takes a lot of practice to kind of like understand and get a feel for how it works. And even I've practiced this for a while and I still kind of struggle with it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get on the like lip of where the elevator, or like the ladder and the elevator shaft kind of like ends, and you're just going to look down at the ground and just spam jump. So I recommend binding your jump to like scroll wheel or space. Well, most of y'all use space, but something you can spam really, really fast. And it's, from my experience, it's just random whether you only go up the ladder once or if you actually do the glitch and you mantle through it twice. So yeah, very weird and buggy glitch, but can be useful in sometimes, like in my revive video. So okay, so next up we have box room to dragon room, box room to hole in the wall, floor jump. There's a lot of different names for this jump. It's one of the most infamous jumps on Die Rise. This jump is very easy. It looks hard, I promise you, it is extremely easy. Note, you are going to want an MP5 ballistic knife or cheek-gum when you're first starting this strafe. And basically, how I explain it to people is line yourself up with the point of this shadow and just practice by walking in an arch towards the end of this mattress, and do that over until you kind of get it down consistently and you get a feel for it, and then just run in that same arch pattern and you should hit it. This strafe is very, very easy. It looks hard, but I promise you guys, 5 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of practice, and you'll hit this. It's a very easy strafe, and it is very impressive looking. Okay, so up next we have the reverse of the jump we just did. So this is a little bit harder. So basically what you're going to do is line yourself up with the end of this mattress right here, and you're going to want to practice the same kind of arch formation, except it's not as tight, if that makes sense. You can strafe a little bit wider with this one, and this one is going to take a little bit more practice than the actual jump, but give this a few tries and I promise you will get it as well after probably 10 to 15 minutes. This one is also very impressive looking, and like I said, it is a bit harder, but it will be useful in your games. Okay, so up next we have another very easy strafe, and probably the most useful strafe you will use in a game of Die Rise. This is the strafe to box room, and this one is very, very straightforward. All you're going to do is line yourself up with the back of this couch right here, and you're going to want to practice, once again, not an arch formation, but you're going to run straight and then curve a little bit to the right and then do a jump. So this one is very easy. It's kind of awkward at first, but once you get the feel for this strafe, you will nail it every time, I promise. Okay, so next we have another strafe. This is balcony to Buddha room, upside down room, whatever you want to call it. This one I couldn't really find a lineup for you to use that was consistent. The best way I found to practice this is just run at it and do a ground strafe while you're just running straight at it. So run, strafe to the right a little bit, and then just jump. You don't need much of a strafe at all for this jump. It's a pretty easy strafe. This one is useful for if you have someone down over there when you're like jumping to balcony or something like that. It is useful. It is satisfying to hit. The only problem is, like with most jumps on Die Rise, if you miss, you will die. But just in practice, you'll get good at it, I promise. Okay, so last but not least, we have one of the hardest tricks on Die Rise, the elevator shaft skip. So how you're going to do this is you're going to stand on the corner of this square, and now I know it doesn't look like you can stand here, but the edges of this are invisible. You can stand here, I promise. And this is the only time I'm going to recommend this. You're going to want to use a gun that has slower mobility, so like a pistol or an AR. Don't use LMG, that's going to be a little too slow. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to want to run and strafe on the ground. Now don't jump. If you jump, you're going to hit your head on some like metal bar above or something like that. Run, strafe on the ground, fall off, and try to curve to the right a little bit so you don't hit this pole that's on the side, and then you will hit this ramp thing, slide down, and you won't take any damage. Now this trick is extremely hard to get down consistently, but it saves a bunch of time. And there you have it. That's pretty much everything you need to know about Die Rise and all the tips and tricks you'll ever need for Die Rise. Now there are some extremely hard strafes on Die Rise and other stuff like that that I'm just not going to give tutorials on just because it's not really worth giving a tutorial for and it's kind of unpractical. Next week I'm going to be releasing a tutorial on how to strafe hop, so I hope you all are looking forward to that. And be sure to join my Discord down in the description. I show off all my strafes early, and you can show off your strafes too. You can give me video IDs and all that good stuff. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video.